Royal Selection has completed a salary survey for private equity-backed chief financial officers in the United States of America. We've broken the categories down into three areas as we specialise in lower and middle market executive search, so it nicely covers those regions. We have sub 50 million, 50 million to 150 million and 150 million plus in revenue for the companies that the individuals have worked in or currently working. We had a huge response and we have a huge amount of data which gives us a pretty accurate picture what chief financial officers are paid from a full compensation perspective in the United States. So to begin with the sub 50 million in revenue companies, the lowest salary was 100,000 US dollar. The highest salary was 450,000 US dollar. However, the 450,000 was quite an outlier, with the second highest being 275,000. We don't know the details of the 450,000 individual, but I would say that is quite an outlier with this particular survey. That gave us a median salary for sub 50 million of 195,000 as a basic salary, which I think for 30 to 50 million is pretty accurate. And then as we go down into the kind of 5 to 20, 25 million range, we're kind of looking around the 150 to kind of 180. So for a sub 50 million, it's come out pretty accurate to what we would probably expect. Moving on to the equity position, as Royal Selection specialising in executive search in this industry, we always recommend that lower middle market, any private equity firm, offer equity positions, as this incentivises the C-suite executives to a high level of performance and ties everybody in to a common goal. It surprised me to hear that only 44% of the candidates completed, or the individuals that completed this survey, had an equity position, and 56% did not, which is something we highly do not recommend, not offering an equity stake. The bonus positions varied, the lowest being 10% and the highest being 90%, both of a proportion of basic salary. For the 50 million to 150 million revenue ranges for salaries of chief financial officers in the US, the lowest salary was just slightly higher than the 50 million, sub 50 million, which was 130,000 as a basic salary, and the highest again was another outlier at 450,000. This gave us a median salary of 245,000, which again I feel is pretty accurate based on the huge number of searches that we've completed with this revenue range of business. To have 245,000, give or take, is a pretty accurate position for a chief financial officer. Now for this, the equity position improved. 70% of chief financial officers in the 50 to 150 million revenue range had equity, and the remainder obviously still without. From a bonus perspective, the lowest here was 30%. The highest was 100%. However, that was only a handful of individuals, and most of the individuals had between 50 and 60% as a bonus percentage, again, proportion of their basic salary. For the 150 million plus range, the lowest basic salary was 150,000, and again, the highest basic salary was 450,000. With all the information calculated, it gave us a median salary of 285,000 US dollar. A little bit on the lower side, but depending on the size of the business, if you're in at 150 million, 160, then fair enough. But if you're pushing towards that 500 million mark, I'd expect that to be going towards 350 as a basic salary, again, based on searches that we've completed. So with regards to equity positions, again, a bit of a drop on the last tranche, which actually surprised me. 61% of those chief financial officers had an equity position. For the bonus perspective, the lowest was 10% and the highest was 70%, all fairly evened across the data. The data that we had here was evenly spread across all three categories, with roughly single-digit separation, so it's a pretty good indication. The only outlier, I believe, is the 150 million plus, which I believe would be a bit higher than where it currently sat at, but it depends on the data and the participants and obviously the information that we can share. But this is one of our biggest numbers with regards to take on, as this is an area we do a lot of work in. I hope you find this helpful. I would like to reiterate, equity positions are very good and attractive to bring in talent, but also secondly, it also is a very good tie-in for individuals to push the business and as a common goal. Raw Selection completes executive search assignments across Europe and North America. We have a great deal of experience, and one of our biggest divisions is our industrial and manufacturing division, which have done appointments from C-suite executives, which have done appointments from chief executives, CFO, COO, etc. positions all over Europe and certainly across North America. Should you be looking for support with regards to your hiring for your portfolio companies, please do reach out to me and I'd love to discuss it. But thanks for watching and I hope you found this useful.